Yes, I did. So I packed it up and brought it back to the crib.
Welcome to the city of Philadelphia. My name is Tristan Thompson. I am 18 years old, black, and living in America. And like many other black youth in Philadelphia, I have learned how hard it is to make it in the city of brotherly love. Here's a look into my life and a chance to hear some of our stories. This is my friend Marlana. She goes to Baldwin too, but she lives in Chester, not one of the best neighborhoods in the greater Philadelphia area. She knew there was more opportunity at a better school, so now she's going to Baldwin instead of Chester High, the public high school she would have been zoned for. She's trying to change her life with education. How has Baldwin contributed and helped made you who you are today?
Baldwin has helped me because I've gotten to see two different sides of the world. I've gotten to see, an intellectual side of the world, and now I'm gonna go off to Howard University, and I've chosen to be around people who look like me, but they think like people at Baldwin. So it's great because I'm not gonna have to worry about not being pretty enough because of how I look or because of the color of my skin, but I still will get to be with people who are on the same intellectual wavelength as I am. I get to be around black intellectuals, and I got the intellectual section from Baldwin, and then I got the black part from my community, so I get to mix the two and pick the best of both worlds.
Cause who the kids gon' listen to? I guess me if it isn't you. Last week I paid a visit to the institute.
So I have this huge passion for my people. I'm very, very pro-black, but just because I'm pro-black doesn't mean I'm anti-white. It just means that my people are very important to me. I don't know why. I guess some people are just born like that. They're born with this desire to help their people, this allegiance to their people. Malcolm X and Martin Luther King.
This is Kevin. He's a 19-year-old young black man who also lives in Southwest Philadelphia. Like Marlana, Kevin is also an active member of the Philadelphia Youth Poetry Movement. Kevin goes to public school at Martin Luther King High School in North Philadelphia, but before that he went to a private Quaker school in Wynwood named Friends Central. Kevin left because of social issues he continued to encounter.
It wasn't necessarily hate, but I kind of resented her for always thinking I could do so well, because at times I wasn't as confident. So we clashed sometimes, but at the end of it, she was always there, to push me to do better. And what came out of that is a confidence across all of my classes. I started to really believe that I actually could do well. People always told me you have potential to do this and potential to do that and blah blah blah. But once you actually start to see the results, then you start to believe yourself that you could do it. So I think with Ms. Gwen and that whole scenario, she really made me want to be a student.
So when I was in eighth grade, that's when I started to really recognize my potential as a writer, and I guess my teacher really recognized that potential as well, because for eighth grade graduation, they gave me this book, The Elements of Style by William Strunk and E.B. White.
FDR said, "There is nothing to fear but fear itself, but if you lived in my America, you think something elsewhere. The usual gun rage is more of a gun plague, and I live where neighborhood crimes never make the front page. And they go off everyday killings because it's less paramount. I guess robberies and middle-class citizens just don't amount to the things that are influential. I guess racial hate crimes aren't that essential to why America is so hypocritical."
Kevin and Marlana are two examples of people like me. They are success stories in the making. But Kevin, Marlana, and myself represent only a small percentage of black youth in Philadelphia. Many young adults our age aren't in the same position that we are in. Many of the kids who look like me will not get to see college. They will see jail cells and other casualties that follow life growing up in underrepresented and malfunded urban communities. In 2009, the statistics from the U.S. Department of Justice stated that approximately 12 to 13% of the American population was African American. But African Americans make up 40% of the almost 2.1 million male inmates in jail or prison. That's already 840,000 young black men in prison. And with the closing down of many Philadelphia public schools, the numbers are climbing. So as I make the 2-hour trip to school every day, I think not only of myself, but also of every young black member of society. I think about my brother and my nephews and what it means for them to grow up as black men in America. I think about my classmates and those younger than myself, and I remember that it is my duty to make a life for myself so that I can give back to my community.
I gotta find a way.
I have a dream.
My dream is to be free. My dream is to be. My dream is to be. My dream is to be free.
I feel it is my responsibility to follow in the footsteps of those who have paved the way for me. People like Huey P. Newton, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Maya Angelou, Gandhi, Harry Belafonte, the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, Dr. Cornel West, President Obama, my mother, and any other person who has ever stood up to fight against injustice to help make the world a better place. Even after college, my career, and my own family, I will never forget where I came from or how I got here, and I will never lose focus of what needs to be done.
Within myself, I gotta find a way.
I have a dream.
My dream is to be free. My dream is to